Hey gang, welcome to Mzansi and USA News. Today, Thabo Bester and Nandipha Magudumane appeared in court. But of course, today, the main protagonist or character was Thabo himself. Listen to this.
No, Your Honor, is incorrect, first of all. And the reason why I'm raising my hands, Your Honor, is because I can't move my hands. They are cuffed. And I'm asking them to uncuff one hand. That's why I was raising my hand.
Yes.
Your Honor, the legal representation that was brought before this court previously, the challenge was that they were not appointed by me and I didn't sign any mandate. They were appointed outside of mandate, and it was clarified by my coordinating attorney that they would have to withdraw from this appearance. Obviously, we had tried to consult with them. The challenge is that they had booked about 3 days to consult with me at CMAX, but unfortunately, they were not able to be given a chance to consult. So it's a challenge that I also want to address this court, if the court may allow me to address this issue. But basically, at CMAX, I'm not able to consult with my legal representation as I wish, and even the client and attorney privilege of confidentiality is a challenge, because first of all, Your Honor, the matter that I am facing here in this court, it has to do with the Correctional Service Act, and indirectly, correctional services are part of the complainant, as one should call that, because they are charging me with escape. I feel that my confidentiality of consultation is being compromised because they have a direct interest. I cannot be able to divulge certain information to the alleged escape, because I do not believe that it's an escape, but whatever the facts are, I can't freely consult with any attorney that comes to CMAX because of the restriction that the National Commissioner has instructed upon the wardens that work there. And the system that has been set up for me specifically, it is as if I have my own sort of separate rules concerning to other inmates. You understand?
Are you therefore saying that you cannot consult with your legal representative in the absence of employees of the Department of Correctional Services?
No, I'm saying, Your Honor, that in consulting with any representation,
yes,
I'm having a challenge in being able to have a client-based consultation of confidentiality.
But what does that mean?
It means that our consultation is done through a telephonic phone.
Oh.
And that phone apparently is recording every conversation that we have. And through that, it's previously and through other people proven that it's been used as a mechanism to be able to access information from consultations. So for me, I feel that in this current situation where there are people involved from the head office of correctional services in this actual matter, for me to be able to present my case and be able to instruct an attorney thoroughly, I need to be provided an opportunity where I can do that freely, and I'm not able to do that freely. Regardless of what the instructions are on this current representation, it was clear that I was going to withdraw them. I am in trying to finalize a new team, but in that also we are still going to deal with the same challenges.
Yes. May I suggest the following?
Your Honor, but
yes.
my concern is also that, Your Honor, under the Bill of Rights, which is the fundamental right of the Constitution, is that Section 25, bracket 3, is that everyone is entitled to a fair trial. So I believe that if I'm going to have to spend a separate approach to go to a motion court to file an application stating that I'm having challenges to be able to be thoroughly defended in this court, I feel that I should bring this matter to this court.
Yes, Mr. Bester, you may bring it to this court if you are so advised. But currently, as things stand, you do not have a legal representative. If your legal representative that you engage in future experiences the impediments that you refer to, then and only then can they bring the application. Do you understand?
I understand.
Thank you. I will not deal with the matter on a premature basis because
And he was just starting there, okay? Tabo Bester today was red hot. Listen to this.
Yes, Mr. Bester, I see you raising your hand.
Your Honor, I would like to raise, I feel that it is in my right, Your Honor, to request the court to address the court humbly so, Your Honor. I do have a bit of a challenge on the facts that you have brought to me related to my defense, because I do feel that it ought to be the same challenge again. And I think I understand what the court is saying in a sense of me approaching a formal application before the court.
If need be.
Yes. But I do request the court to humbly give me an opportunity to give these, because that's not the only challenge. I'd like to give the court the actual challenges so that the court can understand where I'm coming from in raising this point, please. May I proceed?
You may proceed.
Your Honor, I'm having a challenge in basically being able to consult, but not only consult, but access legal documentation from my incarceration currently.
Just a minute. Yes. When you say legal documentation, what does that mean?
That means that the Correctional Service Act 111 of 1998, which I am charged under, I have requested it from the National Commissioner, the Area Commissioner, and it's been refused. That I'm being told that I cannot access that document, and that document is actually the document that I'm charged on. I don't know why I'm not allowed to access the document. I've not been given any explanation on that. It took me 4 months to be able to access the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. So what I'm trying to explain to the court is that there are fundamental issues that are pertaining to me as an accused, that I believe that any legal representation that's going to represent me is going to deal with the same issues, and it's going to end up in a point where I'm going to withdraw. This is my third withdrawal of an attorney, and I feel that all of them have had the same challenges. The challenges are that I'm not able to have either access to the documents they want to give me, and that the documents are sitting with, because at the current situation is that the National Commissioner has placed me under him directly, meaning that there's nothing that can be processed or given to me without his access or without his direct approval. And in that, it means that whatever document my legal team may present, be it a motion or be it whatever application or any legal documentation, it has to be given to him. And I feel that that is unfair, Your Honor. And also, legal representations are withdrawing from the case based on the fact on how they are treated when they are actually consulting, or how they are treated when they are coming to consult with me. And I feel that, Your Honor, if you are saying to me that I need to appoint another attorney and he should, or they should come here and present a case of my treatment, when I am the one who's been treated in that manner, I feel it wouldn't be correct, Your Honor, because I am the one that's treated in that manner. I'm the one experiencing that. And to allow me to just point, because I'd like to proceed, if I may. The National Commissioner, Your Honor, has been in charge, or has taken the obligation of being in charge of me as an inmate. And in that, meaning that all my responsibilities or any activities that involves Thabo Bester has a Tabo Bester Act, according to correctional services, the way I feel I'm treated. It might not be correct, but that's how I am treated. I'm segregated from everyone for the past 15 months. I have not had access or contact with any human except the EST that sits outside my door. And that's the only people I see. And I feel for my mental health and other issues, it is unfair and it's not presenting me in the best ability to be in this court. I also believe that the so-called political swing behind this weight that's tried to deprive me of any right to be able to have a fair defense in this matter is crucial. Your Honor, I shy away not from the fact that in the docket there's a statement that has been produced by the investigating officer who actually apparently has committed suicide, that says that I have said that the former president is the one who orchestrated this escape. And if you read the indictment, it has the former presidential protection unit as a witness, and also the matter of case that I've opened, the investigating officer in that matter is also a witness in this case. So meaning that, Your Honor, I am sitting in a situation where I, as a person, feel that I have no system or any place where else to bring my grievances than this court and myself. Because if I have to bring it before the prison, there's no one available to assist me. The National Commissioner has on public platform said he will address and have a meeting with me. This was 2 months when I got back into this country. And till to this date, I have never seen that person. I have only heard of reports. To continue with this issue is that, Your Honor, I believe that even my presence in this court, I am not brought in this court freely, where I can express myself. If you can look at me, Your Honor, in the way that I am cuffed in a way, Your Honor, that is unhuman for a person that's coming to defend and fight for his own life. Be it or be it not. The Bill of Rights states very clearly that all are to be presumed innocent, and the state has to prove beyond reasonable doubt that I am guilty. I believe that with the carnage of the media and everyone else, that I am not treated fairly or equal in any sense. And I feel that if that is the responsibility or the manner that I will be treated in, I feel that it's unfair, Your Honor, to a fair trial as a person that has an obligation to speak for himself, because there's no one else that's going to do that for me. And I feel that I want to bring these issues to this court so that the court is aware that, first of all, the charge that I am facing involves the actual office that I am under. The correctional services, in whatever story the media that's out here, or even in indictment, is incomplete, Your Honor, without me. And I feel that I am treated this way to be threatened from me being able to express myself or present whatever evidence I can present to show that the so-called alleged whatever charges are incorrect. But in that manner, if this court cannot be able to hear me out, or the court cannot understand from my point of view, because first, Your Honor, I'm a layman in law, but I do understand that I do have the right to speak. So I would like to address the court on the basis of the charges involve so many high-profile people that the Minister and the National Commission of Correctional Services have deprived me from every single privilege that exists. I am under Section 29 of the apartheid government. That is.
This is where I believe strongly Tabo Bester esteems himself more highly than he ought to think. What do I mean by that? He has a right to remain silent. Anything he says can and will be used against him in a court of law. This outburst, for the lack of a better word, addressed to the court, is completely unnecessary. It should be done by a lawyer, not by himself. You'll soon find out why I mean by that. He goes further to make mention how that he was out for a year. All those details are going to be used against him. He needed a counsel to present his case and how he was treated and so on and so forth. I get the point that he claims that no one really wants to represent him because people are not being treated well. But it's pretty clear to me that the correctional service is trying to make amends of the error of their ways. And it seems, according to Thabo Bester's presentation, there may be more than meets the eye in his case. Our systems seems to have been compromised immensely. Thabo gives an impression in his presentation that there's a lot more going on in his case than what the media has told us. And also, it's very important for us to understand, why did the media hype up this trial? This is very, very important. But nevertheless, I still feel strongly, we're going to listen to him up until he finishes, but I feel strongly that he is committing errors here which are not going to advance his cause, that will be used against him. When the Constitution says you have rights, and the police read your rights when you are being arrested, you do have a right to remain silent, particularly if you are a layperson in law, because anything you say can and will be used against you. Listen to this.
How I am treated at this current moment in this constitution, in this free country. I am treated with 2 hours of family visits for 30 minutes. I am given 1 consultation or 2 if I am lucky. And in that process, I am kept in a hole by myself with no one on site. They have removed the EST people that were outside my door now. I feel that my life is in danger because of the fact that the people that are responsible for this charge, I am under their hands. How can I then be able to defend myself, Your Honor, if the court is not able to give me an ear in whatever issues I may be? The way that I am dressed, is an issue. I have been forced to dress as such. I am not dressed. These clothes were bought for a purpose to come to court. I had to spend money to look like this. I have clothes in my bags that have whatever branding. I am not allowed to wear clothes that cost a certain amount. I was told that I can't wear clothes that are Louis Vuitton or whatever because it gives the wrong impression. So I am now being forced to follow laws based on an impression, Your Honor. And this is not just one thing, it's several matters and several issues that lead to one person. And this is one person out of 300,000 inmates in South Africa. I feel that it's unfair. You understand, Your Honor? I feel that I'm out to speak because I'm going to appoint another legal team, and they're going to withdraw again. And I'm going to come back and say, Your Honor, but I have the same problem. I don't have a copy of the docket. I don't know what the docket is. And I feel that the MPA are to give me the docket directly. Because if this is the manner that I'm going to have, I might have to defend myself as a lame person in court and hope and pray that whatever facts I would present, because I have requested to the head of prison that if I can please have access to a consultation of experts, which means I would like to have a PI or forensic experts to verify if those facts in docket are actually true, because I differ from the version they have. And for me to be able to do that, I need to be allowed for them to come to the prison. But I'm not. I have 2 months left in the time period that I have to serve in CMAX. But I know for a fact that I will not be treated fairly and be released as anyone else, because there's a time period that you serve in a prison like that. There is no human rights in that prison. Jix wrote a report by Judge Cameron that he submitted in Parliament and gave to a portfolio committee that correctional services, CMAX and Coxstar are unconstitutional. They are violating every single right that the fundamental structure of this court exists on. And I believe that if I don't speak for myself, who's going to do that for me? Because I'm going to come here and get a remind after a remind, and it's going to be as I want to delay this matter. I am nearly done with my sentence, Your Honor. I want to finish with this matter. And I really want the court to understand. My last point, Your Honor, that I want to state is the issue of equality, Your Honor. I don't feel that I'm equally treated as any other accused person in this country. First of all, Your Honor, you have the media that has tarnished and destroyed me on no facts, no evidence has been brought in any side. It's already confirmed that I have escaped, but no one knows the true facts. It is already confirmed that Tabo Bester is a rapist and a murderer, but there's no evidence. I am self-convicted. I pleaded guilty to the most crucial or most dangerous unit, which is called the Katomena Killer Squad, forced me to plead guilty. And that case has been pending for 13 years in these courts. Transcripts have been missing for 13 years. And it goes around in South Africa as there is a proven fact, beyond reasonable doubt, that Thabo Bester is a murderer and a rapist. I've been out for a year. There's no one charge. Leonard Chauke, which I can refer to. I am not the worst inmate in this country. I don't have the highest counts. I have 3 counts. But I am the most popular inmate in this country for no reason, because of the political carnage and because of the political issues that I have in my personal capacity that have nothing to do with this legal proceedings. And I feel that I am out to address that. And Your Honor, with my last point, that I feel it's unfair for these people that are sitting here as my so-called accused to be in court when I know very well they have nothing to do with this. When I know very well that they were not present in
That's the second last point.
any of these issues that are in this indictment. The people that are being protected by the investigating team are very clearly known. I have more than enough evidence to prove that this thing is much more than just an average people that are working at an institution called G4S that just decided on one day to release me. It's highly impossible for them to do that without political power, with other high office involved in this issue. I have been out in South Africa, living my life for a year. I have not violated any human, but I am treated with the utmost, even in the legal fraternity, Your Honor. It's very difficult for me to appoint an attorney. Attorney would cancel brief on the base that say, I don't want to be associated with Tabo Bester because the media will attack me. I've had 5 counsels who told me that I would love to be in your case, but I'll be in the background, because I cannot be seen in front, because you're Tabo Bester. The media will destroy me, and the state will never give me any work.
By the way, he's not making that up. I can testify to that because if you followed the news in America, Donald Trump was subject to the same thing. Loads and loads of lawyers refused completely to represent him. So what I'm trying to say, and that's because of the pressure of the media. The moment lawyers would represent Donald Trump, their personal life, since they committed whilst they were at high school, they are immediately made available to the public domain. So the media plays a certain role to destroy certain individuals when they seek to push a particular narrative, which to me as an independent thinker brings a lot of questions about Thabo Bester's case. And it does say there's credence to his claims that there's a lot more going on here than meets the eye. Why is the media so much invested in a common criminal? For an example, there's lots of criminals in our prison, hardcore criminals who've done worse things than him. Why have they not been reported to the extent to which he has been reported? You've got to think outside the box, isn't it? Unless you're in the box, okay? You've got to think outside the box. If you're outside the box, you've got to think as a person who's outside the box. So we've got to ask these questions. Does Thabo Bester have a point? Will he get a fair trial? Based on what he has presented thus far, I'm quite convinced that there's no way he's going to get a fair trial, at least not in this country, not under our correctional services. That has now become impossible. And the question is, does our justice system cater for things of this nature? Okay? Guys, you know my views concerning a lot of things if you've been listening to this channel. I'm obviously not on a side of criminals. Thabo Bester has been labeled a criminal by the media. But if you are listening attentively, he is saying even that is something he was forced to do. You get the point? By the Cato manner to which he's referring to. And he keeps on referring to his escape as an alleged escape. So the question is, what is really going on here? Are you following me? Are we being told the truth, or are we just being force-fed lies here? It's like we're in a matrix of some sort. Hey? Let's listen to him further and finalize this matter.
Is that anyhow how I should be treated when I am standing in trial, Your Honor? Is that equal to any other person that is standing in trial? My last point, Your Honor, is that under Section 2...
This is your third last point.
Yeah, indeed, I was about to say that.
This is the last point.
I was about to point that out. That's a third last point.
Okay.
Section 277 that was cancelled by the Constitutional Court as a death sentence. Your Honor, I say this as a broken man, and I say this wholeheartedly. It tears me apart to see these people in this court, knowing very well that they're suffering for something they know nothing about. I request that the public, if they are so convinced, and if the prosecution is so convinced that I am the waste of these people's lives, that this section be enforced on a penalty or on a petition, that under the previous Act of Correctional Services, of Criminal Prosecution, Act 126 of 92, that a death sentence be given as a petition, that the public signs a petition and I be given a death sentence, and immediately I will agree to it. So we end this matter. I came here with 80 cars. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been having chains on my feet. My feet are ice at this point. I can barely feel my toes. This is not the way I want to proceed, Your Honor. If it means that this court can accept the petition and the public can sign it, and I can be put to rest, and we can put all this, because I am at peace. I know what I've done. I know what I've not done. I am not perfect. But one thing I know for a fact, that none of these things would exist if there was no backhand of political watchdogs that control the situation. And I humbly ask you, and I'm sorry to have the outburst, but it's a lot for me to take. Really, it's too much, because I feel that it's unfair. It is unfair to be treated and to struggle to appoint an attorney. You find the best attorney in whatever, or the best advocate, but they will refuse brief. It's not a matter of funds, it's a matter of association. And it's not fair. It means that I'm not equal in this court. And if I'm not equal in this court, then it's a waste of time to come to court. Then we might as well just sentence and release these people because they knew nothing.
Are you done?
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, so that's how Tabo Bester went today in court. He was on fire, but I think to his own detriment to a certain extent. Yes, he has unveiled a lot of information that we as the general public would otherwise not know. Do you guys believe that strongly there is a third hand, or what they would call a third force, behind Thabo Bester's charges? Do you believe him? Is he believable? I mean, I can see Nandipa is trying very hard to cry, but tears are not coming forth. So it seems as though whatever it is that she normally uses in court that produces the tears today didn't work. But nevertheless, on a serious note, though, I think he seriously compromised himself by the things that he has said in court to a greater extent. But I think he is probably he to me strikes me as a reasonable individual in terms of his thinking, but I wouldn't classify him as smart. A smart person would never have spoken on their behalf in court, particularly if they reconcile to themselves that they were a lay person. Because all the information he has unveiled now to the court, a lawyer would have found a legal way of unveiling it to the public. You get the point. It's possible that Tabo Bester is a collateral of our corrupt system. I do not know what he involved himself with to get himself to this point in the first place. Okay, you guys will tell me what you think about it. Do you think that Tabo Bester somehow is being ill-treated in terms of he has been set up? I understand everything he has said, and if indeed there is veracity to his claims in court, as the judge said, this will be unearthed by an investigation that will be done, and no human being should be subjected to the treatment that he's receiving, where he stays for as long indoors, not allowed to see any other human beings and all that. But those are smaller things if indeed there's veracity to the allegations against him, because the people whose lives he took did, and I'm saying allegedly, whose lives he took did not get to enjoy these rights. So the court obviously needs to balance these things, the human rights and the life that he took, because the human beings allegedly that whose lives he took also, how can I say, had those rights. Nevertheless, the correctional services system does not have a right to be an equalizer, meaning they don't have a right to play a role of an equalizer to say, okay, you kill someone, therefore we'll treat you this way. They don't have that right at all. That's taking away someone's constitutional right. And in South Africa, yes, inmates do have rights. And right now it appears as though those rights are being violated. But did you believe his assertions? Is he believable to you? Well, tell me down below what you think about it. Do you agree or do you disagree with me when I'm saying that he has literally given them an ammunition by speaking on his behalf? Okay, well, I'll await your opinion down below. Ciao, ciao. Bye.